Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Uh, I just gotta get the chat URL to display properly. I love my new laptop. It makes everything so much easier. I don't have to wait for anything to load. Oh, my new laptop is running fucking gangbusters. New TV, new laptop, new game console. Everything's running beautifully. I've never bought so many high profile electronics all at once. All in the span of a month. Okay, here we go. Back to the game. Kind of want to play Kirby for some reason. I'm not sure why. And not even like Kirby Superstar, which would have been my favorite, but I've played the shit out of that. Probably something more like Kirby Returns to Dreamland or something. As you can see, I've earned a few more hearts. I've yet to do anything resembling a temple besides those little 10-minute shrines. Done plenty of those. Damn it. I gotta work on my catching. Wait, what? Treasure chest? The hell are you talking about? Oh, it's in the ground. Duh. There we go. Damn it, I didn't mean to do that. Wait. I enjoy the 2K25. Very easy game to learn. Is it a sports game? Yes, sports. Oh, okay. I didn't know you were into sports games. Shouldn't you be dead? You made your own team? Oh, that's awesome, my dude. God, these smooth, like, inclines, they turn into water slides in the rain. What a slide world. I'm really crazy about your wild slide. Wild Jabberg. What a slide world. The number one in family fun. Come on, baby, gonna slide, slide, slide. Come on, baby, gonna glide, glide, glide. Oops. Damn it. Come on, baby, gonna slide, slide, slide. Away, gonna glide now. Fly high, world round, touch the sky. What a slide world. Why don't you stop doing that? Hello. This is what? 15, 17? Come on, baby, gonna slide, slide, slide. Oh, come on, baby, gonna glide, glide, glide. I hope to make it past 4. 4 o'clock is my minimum. I like to play games well into the night and the early morning on weekends. Helps me feel like I got my money's worth out of getting time off from work. Away, gonna glide now, fly high, world round, touch the sky. I watch streams on YouTube 24 hours a day. Oh my gosh, really? God, I could never. I could never do such a thing. I can't even stream 24/7. I need my private time. As evidenced by the fact that there's a large gap of stuff that I've done in this game that were not recorded on a VOD. Oh, hello. Good eye, what's this? Hello, hello, governor. No. Oh. I appear to be kind of hated. Engaged couples? Whew. My God. You are one hell of a creature. Hey, Joe Jester. Help me settle the debate I'm having with my partner right now. Alright, go ahead. Lay it on me. Muzu, I expect more of you. How can you still protest? Would you date a clone of your partner if the original died? Oh, wow. I didn't think that the debate would be that complicated. Oh, my goodness. I just thought you were going to ask me about comparing quality of different games. Oh, geez, that's a rough one. Perfect clone. Would you date a clone of your partner if the original died? Nah, man, we going in. Oof, you coming in swinging. You coming in with the real questions. These are these are the questions people really want to know. That's a trap. That's a trap. That's one you should never answer. Oh, that is a spring-loaded trap if I've ever seen one. Um, Here's what I think. And keep in mind, my objective opinion may differ from my subjective response to the situation if it were to happen to me in real life. And thank God it never would, because if it did, I might be tempted to choose the wrong decision. I believe that you should get the consent of your partner before they die for something like that to happen. If they say it's okay to date a perfect clone of them once if they die, especially unexpectedly, I think it's okay. If they do not, if they don't give you a yes or a no and they die before they can give you an answer, that is an extremely dicey situation. It's really it doesn't seem like there's a correct answer either way. Uh, but if they say no, I don't want you to date a clone of me, then I think it's only right for you to honor their wishes. Now, if they don't say yes or no, I'd say follow your heart because since there's no yes or no answer, I think you should do what you think is right. It's really there's no right or wrong answer. It's all gray. It's a million shades of gray. Gosh, I should ask my wife that. I should ask my wife that. Oh my god. That would blow her mind. Great answer. Thank you for answering my insane question with no hesitation. Yeah, it really depends on what your partner's wishes are. Because if you love them, you would honor their wishes. Oh, man. But, like, think about it. If you choose not to date them, right? And the clone just happens to exist, like, regardless of your decision, it means your clone first begs you to be back with them because they're like them and they want to be with you again. And you have to say no. You send them away. And naturally, what's going to happen is they're going to be they're just naturally going to move on with their lives. And guess what moving on means? They're going to find someone else. And regardless as to whether or not you find someone else, now you have to live with the knowledge that they're with someone else and you can't do a damn thing about it. And that, more than anything, that's going to hurt a lot more. Especially if you happen to run into them at Dunkin' Donuts or something. You're like, oh, hey, fuck. Fuck, that's like a dagger in my heart. Oh, God, I don't even want to think about it. It's giving me the friggin' shivers. Imagine seeing my wife with someone else. Oh, So you would not think this would be quite so critical of a problem. My friend went the clonophobic route and just said they're lesser beings, which is crazy. Here's the thing, if they're alive, they have their own thoughts, their own personality, their own identity, their own intelligence, their own way of looking at life. Okay? Even if it's identical to yours, it makes them a person just as valuable as you. Anyone with a life and a consciousness and awareness is just as valuable as any other person. It is not the circumstances surrounding your birth that define who you are, but it is what you do with the gift of life that dictates your destiny. Wise words from Mewtwo from the Pokemon movie. Coincidentally, happens to do with clones. God bless that weird white and purple creature. Oh, is that him? Oh my gosh. So, Zelda is Zoids now. So, like, they're machines designed by people, but they're also alive. Okay, now for a less crazy question. How are you enjoying the game so far? Oh, I like it. I like it a lot. I'm having a lot of fun. I bought this game the very day it was released and the very day the Switch was released. And then I played it for 2 hours and then I put it down and I said, I'm going to wait until I want to play a new Zelda game that I haven't played yet. And then I'm going to come back and boot it up. 7, 8 years later, I'm ready. Yeah, no, I've also been extremely careful to avoid spoilers. I've been exploring every inch of the map. A lot of fun. I also happen to be an expert at speedrunning Ocarina of Time. I also play extremely difficult randomizers of them. Like, I crank those settings way up just to make it more interesting. I might do a vanilla run pretty soon, though. I can do those in just a few hours. Oh, I'd watch that stream, this one, and Tears of the Kingdom are the only two I've played. What do you think I should start with? are you asking me between this game and Tears of the Kingdom? This game. But if you're asking me between this game, Tears of the Kingdom, and Ocarina of Time, and you've never played any of the Zelda games, oh, definitely Ocarina of Time. It's a much simpler, smaller game. It gets your feet wet. It's much more straightforward. They kind of hold your hand as to where to go, but not so much that you feel forced. It's a fantastic game. It's largely regarded as the greatest game in history. I don't put Ocarina of Time in my top 50 games of all time, but I understand where people are coming from. It does hold up quite well. I prefer Majora's Mask. If we regain control of the divine beasts, they may prove useful in sealing Calamity Ganon once and for all. Hell yes. Do I have a top 5 games? I have a top 50 games. I actually keep track of it in real time. Every time I beat a game, I decide whether or not it belongs in my top 50, and then I place it somewhere. Very rarely does any my top 10 move at all. Mm, educating. Naturally, she means a lot to him, just as she means the world to us. Let's see. Here, I can actually pull it up. Because I have a massive game collection behind me. You can't see it, but just off screen, dope as hell. I got to sit down and make mine sometime. Just off screen, there's an open doorway with no door in it, and if you go through that doorway, there is a room, a shrine, I like to call it, where I store all my video game stuff. I own over 3,700 games. I'm not even joking. Like, I've counted, and they're all displayed in that room. I can show you an outdated picture of it. Let me see. Do 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 do. Here we go. This is almost up to date, I suppose. There you go. That's what that room looks like. And then, let me pull up my top games here. Favorite games of all time. Final Fantasy X, Crisis Core, Dirge of Cerberus, Undertale, and Last of Us. Those are my top 5. followed by Golden Sun, Portal 2, Scarlet Nexus, Lost Kingdoms, and Skies of Arcadia. And then I have the rest of them are all listed here. Yee. Yeah, Scarlet Nexus was my most recent upset in the entire list. I played the shit out of that game. I fucking loved that game. There's so little wrong with that game that I could not stop. The story is amazing. Probably got Last of Us in my top 5. Oh, such a good game. Such a good game. It upsets me that they did nothing as good after that. But they are working on Last of Us Part 3, so maybe it can happen again. I love that meme where the director of The Last of Us TV show, he was like, video games used to be about jumping on enemies and getting one-ups. The Last of Us changed that. And then there's the meme just shows Super Mario Brothers, and then absolutely zero games were released between 1989 and fucking 2013, and it just goes literally zero games ever released, and then friggin' Last of Us suddenly exists. Like, bitch, Last of Us didn't do anything particularly new, it just did a lot of things better than most games. Yeah, I love that meme so much. Holy crap. Sure, I meant to dive. I did. To be honest, I didn't hate the second one. Yeah, neither did I. But it's a lot messier and not as great of a story. Yeah, I agree. I don't know if it's messier, but it's definitely not as good of a story. I 100% agree. It was not a bad game. it's just such a step down in storytelling and characterization that, like, no spoilers to anyone who hasn't played it here, but the death of that one character that happens so close to the beginning was supposed to be shocking and supposed to make you remember it. And that would have been fine to get rid of a loved character, but then, like, you got to make up for it with more likable characters and situations. And while none of the characters were bad per se, the relationship between that character and another character was something special. It was what held the game together as something unique and interesting. Now, I got the power dynamic of the nobody is evil thing and people just doing what they have to do to survive. I get that, and they did a fairly decent job at that, but that's not nearly as interesting as the relationship we saw unfold in the first game. Like, no hate on Last of Us 2. I don't think it deserved as much hate as it got, but and don't get me wrong, I'm not the kind of guy who thinks no games deserve hate for, like, trying to be inclusive or something like that. Like, there is definitely corporate shoehorning in left and right all the time, but I don't think Last of Us 2 was an example of that. What was it that I heard about recently that was so crazy? It'll come to me. Well, I think now I'm gonna just really quick look around, see if there's any side quests that I'm not seeing. Layside. Oh, jeez. Tee hee. Gurgle. She's sleeping. Kia. Oh, cool. Man, this game's so pretty. Oh, yeah. I have some nitpicky things. Like, it's definitely pretty, and it plays well, and it functions well, but the graphics, I have a couple of very small nitpicks about. Um, I feel like there's not a lot of pop in at all. In fact, it's almost nil. But there is some. I feel like the draw distance isn't as long as it should be. That, and there is a weird effect in certain places. I haven't seen it here, but when it rains really hard and you see the water running down the surface of something, it looks like a really good effect on certain surfaces, but then if you move the camera close, oh wait, this surface is actually a perfect example. So if you kind of look, like, from a distance, it looks pretty good. And then if you look down and look at it up close, I'll try to get the camera really close. I'll try to, And then you realize it's really not that good at all. In fact, it's kind of shit. It, it just looks like pixelization artifacting. And I know the Switch is capable of more than that. I know for a fact it is. I've seen it do it. But again, these are just nitpicks. Hmm. Are these fucking rocks? Oh, they're rock salt. Oh, never noticed it before, but yeah, absolutely. Like, here's the thing about the draw distance. Now, I don't care about like objects and stuff loading in, but when you are trying to plan your approach to an area, you kind of need to know if there's enemies there. And if you have a great vantage point and you look down and you like, oh, there's nobody there, I'll just head right in. And now you're like, you walk like 30 miles to get there, and then you see there are enemies there, and like, fuck, I would have changed my approach entirely if I'd known they were there. That's when it becomes a problem. And I think the Switch is capable of doing better than what it does too here. Like they're about to make crazily enough, they're about to make a PS5 game work on a Switch too, and with hardly any visual like sacrifice. They're about to make Final Fantasy VII remake or a rebirth work well on the Switch too. I'm not sure. I'm not sure at all. All I know is that if you get the Switch Online Plus expansion, you get the Switch 2 upgrade for free if you own the game. And then if you don't have the Switch expansion Plus Pro, you just pay them $10 and then you can get the upgrade. And I chose not to give a crap because graphics are not everything. And the game already looks plenty good. And even without upgrading, you still get faster load times just because I'm running it on the Switch 2. By the way, this is a Switch 2. I can touch shock arrows, but I also weigh, well, a lot. Hmm. Torch. Okay, good. Still feel like it should be free, but I understand the world we live in. So, here's the thing. Sony does sort of a free situation. If a game company creates an upgraded version of a PS4 game and you put the PS4 disc into your PS5, you can just for free download the PS5 version of it and only can run it as long as the PS4 disc is in it as a key. And that doesn't apply to all games, just most games. Some of them you actually do have to pay for, and that is up to the discretion of the company who made the game. I don't know if Nintendo is offering that for companies that want to do the same thing as them or not. All I've seen is the first party options. Who knows? But here's something Nintendo is doing that you have to keep in perspective. The Nintendo Online Plus subscription expansion costs $50 a year. The base online package costs $20 a year. Now, if you look at what you're paying versus Sony, where you also pay $50 a year for Sony just for their base package, you're paying the same as Sony for their base package, but you're getting the benefit of a ton of free shit. Plus, you can have like a family a wicked awesome family plan. If you get a family plan, you pay I think $80 a year, but you can add up to 8 people onto your account and never have to pay an additional subscription fee for any of them. That's crazy. And then you also get access to the Sega Genesis emulator, the Game Boy Advance emulator, the Nintendo 64 emulator, and now the GameCube emulator. This is all shit you get in addition to some DLCs that you just get for free, just for the $50 package. I feel like that's worth more than Sony giving you access to some free games that you get to pick the litter of every month, and then you can only access them while you have a subscription. It's a little bit better, to me, in my opinion. Now, also keep in mind that Sony, or sorry, that Nintendo is offering all of this, and you can take it or leave it, and get the expanded versions of games. But they're also doing something that Sony isn't doing, and that is they are forward compatible games. Now, by what do I mean by that? What I mean by that is if you get the Switch 2 version of, say, Breath of the Wild for Switch 2 on the cartridge, the little red cartridge, and put it in a Switch 1, it will run the Switch 1 version of that game. You can't just put it in a Switch 2 game system. So you can share it between you and like your brother who only has a Switch 1. You can't put a PS5 game in a PS4. It just won't work. Physical forever, by the way. Also, Sony doesn't do the digital share system either. They have that digital cart lending system. I think it's pretty cool. I haven't used it myself, but me and my wife, I can definitely see us sharing games with each other. Our blissful waterbed. No, 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 no. Oh, hell. When were any of you guys going to tell me about this? Do 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 do. Ooh, silver longsword. I don't agree with that. I feel like the Switch 2 hate is mostly justified. Um, I don't care about the things that they're hating on. I mean, I do care, but not enough to like boycott them. That being said, I think people should do what they feel is right because it will make for a better gaming industry. I think raising the prices to $80 is, in fact, irresponsible. I think that the price of the Switch 2 is a little too pricey. I think they could have done fine at $400 instead of $450. Um, I think they're making a lot of decisions solely for based on revenue and profit, where they wouldn't have done that when Satoru Iwata was in charge. Um, there's a lot of good and bad with Nintendo right now, but a lot of the bad is overshadowing the good, specifically because it's less about creativity and making good games, and it's more about making a profit now because it's being run by businessmen. Now, the only reason I bought an $80 game was just so I could stream it on day one, but I mean, you're not going to catch me buying an $80 game again unless it's something I really, really want to play. Like, I buy games practically every week. 3,700 games. Like, I'm always buying games, but I almost never buy them brand new. I buy them brand new if I plan to play them that freaking day. Or if the brand new price happens to be cheaper. It does happen. Ooh. Sometimes I get like brand new games still in their like still shrink wrapped for like $20. I have a wish list a mile freaking long. I'm a big, big, big collector. I'm all about physical. Physical forever, baby. Look at that load time. It's crazy faster. I remember this game taking a lot longer to load on the Switch 1. Ooh. Yeah, that was pretty fast. And I got that for free. I did not pay for that. The Switch 2 just loads Switch 1 games faster natively. Makes them perform better, too, in a lot of cases. I waited till the perfect time to play this game. Like, I got it on the first day of the Switch, and I didn't start playing it until literally right after the Switch 2 released. I'm late to the party as hell. Give me that. 22. Do I have a Zora Spear already? Ah. Let's see what I can get rid of. Kind of want to hold on to all these. These are all great weapons. Actually, the Lizzle Spear I can get rid of, I think. Well, actually, no. I'll come back to this. It's an amazing game wherever you play it. Yeah. It's pretty good. Not gonna lie. It's like, what would you do if you had Skyrim or Elder Scrolls meet Zelda? You get Breath of the Wild. Hey, Xander, how you doing? How you doing? Okay, so I think what I need to do is to get a sphere down here. I wonder how I'm gonna do that. Well, it's definitely probably gonna involve getting these boulders to block something. I'm gonna block this laser thing. Oh, I'm happy to hear it, Xander. Okay, I can't pick that up. That's fine. Gotta do something about it, though. I'm gonna get on that bridge. It's a pretty cool bridge. I see they give you a lot of distance down there, so seems like I'm probably gonna need that extra length. Oh, thank you so much for the subscription. Appreciate it, Xander. was fun. I remember this one. Oh, jeez. Okay. So, I see that some of these platforms have these little ridges inside them. So it's got to mean something. I think I want to knock these rocks down. I want to reactivate this. Ow. Alright, so they're probably going to come back down again. If they don't come back down, that's funny. That clearly means it's not part of the solution. Oh wait, I have the stupid tunic on. What am I doing? Can I swim up this? Oh, I guess not. Sometimes I can hear Ocarina of Time themes in some of these little arrangements of music. Okay, that's definitely the sphere I need. Look at the size of that sucker. Alright, so this is probably, almost definitely gonna need me to block that off. Because the laser wouldn't exist unless it created some kind of switch. What if I do this? Okay, it doesn't seem to activate anything. I could try... You know what I could try to do? Low-key might get a lobotomy so I could play this game blind again. Oh, I hear that from so many people. There we go. That... Oh my god. That did so much more than I intended. Oh my god, that's so funny. Bro. I think I might have cheesed it a little bit. I might have cheesed it just a smidge. Oh god, that's so funny. Oh, I can't push it? Oh, you cheap motherfucker. Oh, that's funny. Wow, where the hell did I go? Well, it's gone now. What? Where? Oh, I see it now. That was funny. Ow. Not what I wanted to do. Alright, we'll get it again. This time I want to blow it up from this direction. I don't even care that I got blown up. That's fine. Alright, now we're talking. Hello, you playing the Switch 2 edition? No, but I am playing on a Switch 2. As you can see. I mean, just based on the theming and the sound effects, I suppose. Whee! Lots of games. It does run a lot faster. Let's try... I'm going to try moving it. But I think what I'm going to do, though... Oh my god, I just realized I could have done this the whole time. Oh god, I'm so dumb. Okay. Okay. I think I might have a solution here. Or at least part of one. Alright, so then it's going to come down here. It's not even the smoothness, it's just the load times. Like, literally any Switch game you put in the Switch 2 automatically takes advantage of the extra horsepower for load times. It's actually also true of, like, when you put PS4 games inside PS5, that everything loads faster, by default. Even, like, the shittiest programmed games. Even the games that have been abandoned by the developers. And it's crazy, because that never used to be true, like, on backwards compatible consoles. You could never get that to happen. Because what would happen is in order to be legally okay to play the same game software on different hardware, they had to basically put every single part in the new hardware that was in the old hardware. So they'd have to get exotic, outdated hardware and jam it inside the new hardware. And just make it really crowded, and it made it more expensive. But it seems that, you know, Switch 1 running, like, software running on the Switch 2 isn't really true backwards compatibility, but it's also not truly emulation either. It's something entirely different. I think what I'm gonna do... Oh, this is gonna be rough. I'm just gonna try it. I'm gonna go for it. Like, what's the worst that could happen? I'll just try again if I screw up. Slow down. Slow down. Hold still. Not that that'll do much, but I'm not blowing it up. I just want something in its way. Hold your set. Nope. That sucks. Okay, that's fine. Oh, hey, that reminds me. I wonder what the significance of that laser is. No hints, please, but for the record, I did try that. It's not made of magnet. It's not made of metal. Okay, I think this is the way it's supposed to have happened, but now I'm a little confused on how I'm supposed to get it to stop. I think the laser needed to be blocked because it was going to do something to the boulder. Probably destroy it or something. Hey, you know what? We could test that out. I'm going to see what happens. Almost a clutch-ass bomb stop. That would have been so funny. There was actually, one puzzle that I did cheese. Hang on, let me see if is it in my album? Let's see. No, I think I got rid of it. Oh, that sucks. But basically, it was the one where you have to cast stop on this battering ram to hit the big doors. And I tried that, and it didn't work. So I was sitting there scratching my head going, what the hell? That was the correct solution. I looked it up afterwards. But I ended up cheesing it because I pushed it gently out underneath this little bridge. And then I got on top of it, and then jumped on top of the bridge, and then walked on top of the walls all the way behind the giant doors. And I said, yeah, screw it. I'm cheesing it. Alright. Let's see what happens when I do this. I want to see what the laser does. This is clearly... No? Well, what the hell's the laser do? You know what I could do? I think I just realized. Oh god, I'm so stupid. I wonder what that laser is all about. I keep doing that. I don't know why I keep doing that. So, instead of stopping it physically with a bomb, I'll just use the propulsion from, like, a side attack to get it to go the direction I want to go. Oh, come on. Oh, shit. Damn it. Okay, I gotta do this again. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna do it the easier way. Because my cheese way was actually a lot easier. Cheese is one of the best things in the game. You almost had it with using the ice. Yeah. Yeah, I did. That was funny. Alright, let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of this. I don't need it. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna cheese it. Why not? Feels like this is one of those puzzles that can be solved in multiple ways. Alright, let's do it. Damn it. Oh, shit! Butterfingers. Oh, that's funny. Oh, it's still going. Shit, 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 shit. Oh, I stopped it just in time. Damn it! No! No! For a minute, I thought I stopped the boulder with perfect momentum stop. That would have been funny as hell. Alright, skip, 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 skip. Okay, so I guess these the entire point of these boulders is to just show me kind of what I'm supposed to be doing. I still don't get the laser thing. Like, what does it even do? Is it there to freaking confuse me? Because it's doing a good job. God, it's like pachinko up in this bitch. Oh my god. Alright, let's try this again. I think the laser's just there to hurt you and prevent you from taking a shortcut. Okay, alright. Hey, yes, that's weird. I mean, they could have done it in a lot of other ways. Usually lasers are for puzzles, but that's fine, I guess. Alright, let's go. That should be good. Where'd it go? Oh my god, where did it go? You're kidding. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Oh my god. Bro, I don't think I could have asked for a better place for it to land. Oh my god. You're making it pretty hard on yourself not to spoil anything. Oh my god. Oh my god. Look, I'm having fun doing it my way. Oh, that's so funny. I mean, like, what the hell? Why not? No! Ah, you lose. You lose, game. You lose. Come on, come on. Do the thing. Come on, just go. I'm gonna hit you. Move. Move, damn it. Let's go with, I don't know, something big. I got a big sword right here. This'll work. Just gently tap it. I don't want it going over the edge. Yeah, that'll work. That ball's big naughty. Yeah, it doesn't want to be pushed, and that's fine. I think that's by design. Alright, I think we can do this now. I don't want to keep using my flame sword, though. I'm okay with this spear breaking. There you go. That's better. After easily over 1,000 hours, and I didn't know you could move the balls with weapons. Yes, you can basically hit anything that's movable with a weapon, and it will move at least a little bit. That's, of course, that's how you got it. Thought you had to move it with stasis. You know what? You might. I mean, shit. Dude, like, okay, so you remember that battering ram I was telling you about in an earlier shrine? I literally moved that battering ram literally like feet at a time just by blowing them up behind it without using stasis on it at all. I could move it a little bit at a time. I could even get it all the way to the door and touch it, but it wouldn't open it. You can tell me the intended method, why not? I'm probably not coming back here anytime soon. Dude, I want chicken wings. Think anyone's serving chicken wings at 5 a.m.?
Stasis at the end. Hit it with a weapon to the hole, like you can hit objects when they're in stasis and change the directions. Okay, so that's kind of what I was doing. I was just not using stasis. No, I'm pretty sure he did it the intended way. Oh, shit, dude. Shit. Let me see if I can add that source. Video, media source. Browse. I'm going to show you like a little funny like video gag that I use on my other channel. Toys. Credits. Here we go. And then what I'll do. Oh, hang on. Pause. Filters. Chroma. All right, that should be good, I think. Right? Yep, that'll work. And like whenever stuff like this happens, I'll just do something like this. Where's the stupid thing? Audio. Does the audio come out of the... Am I using... Yeah. What is this? Oh, it's media source. I'm sure you guys will be able to hear it, at least. I won't be able to hear it, but... This is basically, whenever something like this happens, I'll just do this. Just run the credits. Just subbed. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate it, Speedy. Huh. My other channel is a lot of fun. We, in the very first year on my other channel is Minecraft Village Noises. My friend and I run the channel together as like a duo. We're a package deal. And for the first week of us streaming regularly on a schedule, he kept asking me if I have any ice cream. And I kept going, no. And in the next stream, he'd go, you have any ice cream? I said, no. And then the next stream, he'd go, you have any ice cream? And I go, God damn it, stop asking for ice cream. No, I don't have ice cream. Finally, on the fourth week, I was just done with his crap. So I bought like 36 gallons of ice cream and I put it in my freezer. This is all true. You can see the highlight reel of this. I made a 10-minute video showing all the events in order. And he'd go, and I waited for him. I waited for him all night to go, do you have any ice cream? And I looked at him, I said, you know what? You know what? And I turned the camera to full screen and I walked out to the kitchen and it came back with 2 handfuls of ice cream and I just plopped it on the freaking coffee table. And then I pointed at him and I turned around and I went back to the kitchen and I grabbed 2 more handfuls of ice cream and I came back and plopped it on the coffee table. Rinse, repeat, over and over and over again until there was 1,000,000 gallons of ice cream in front of me and I go, fuck you! I was just so done with him. We prank called Wendy's. I pretended I was a father beating his son. What an insane fucking bit. This is the thing. I planned it. He didn't know it was happening. Sometimes we just do stuff without planning it. But do you have any ice cream now? Yes, actually, specifically because of that night, Because of him asking for ice cream, now I always carry ice cream in the house, and most streams he asks, do you have any ice cream? And I give it to him. Rather, I have my wife go get it for him, but I usually keep it in the house just so he'll snack on something and not touch my chips. Let's see. I should probably go down and go see that old dude. Oh, this isn't the square. I assumed it was. I guess I already was in the square. That's cool. I get to swim up a waterfall. I'm happy about that. Whee! Jesus. Which ice cream? It is Fudge Swirl by Friendly's. Little chain out in the Northeast. They're like they make a lot of fried food. They're not really a fast food restaurant. There's a sit down restaurant, but very casual. But like they're famous for their ice cream. Are you planning Tears of the Kingdom after this? Not immediately, no. I don't even own Tears of the Kingdom yet. But at some point, that's going to be my next Zelda game, obviously, because I've played all the other ones. Actually, a lot of the 2D ones I haven't really played or beaten, so I'm more of a fan of the 3D ones. That being said, there's nothing wrong with the 2D ones. No, I will play Tears of the Kingdom at some point, guaranteed. I saw that the first thing people did with their freedom is make a giant robot with a penis that shoots flamethrowers. I thought that was pretty humorous. Actually, let me take a look at my album real quick. I want to see what I got going. Ah, Abzu. God, that was gorgeous. Wee. Thank you so much for saving us, Whittled Wagon. I'm gonna go wee wax in the cargo bay. Oh, this fucking killed my friend. We were streaming this. This was what we call a Code Geass stream, where people use in-stream currency to purchase an entire stream and choose what game we play. This was free. This was Another Crab's Treasure. And if you look right there, because these are all like human-sized products to a crab, and this says, "I swear to God, if it isn't butter, I'm going to seriously lose it." And what about Hyrule Warriors? The one's already out and is coming out. Tears of the Kingdom. I think the upgrade pack is much more worth it. So I own the original Hyrule Warriors on Wii U. I plan to buy the definitive edition on Switch and get the Calamity one eventually also on Switch. So I do plan on owning them. I don't know if I plan on playing them anytime soon. And then Cheesy Guns, toasted snack crackers. Those are our logos. Let's see. Anything else? Sequels are good. Portal 2, Half-Life 2, Batman Arkham Asylum 2, City, Divinity Original Sin 2, Doom 2, Aladdin 2, Return of Jafar. One of these things is not like the other. None of these are particularly interesting, but I do like that I found this little copyright infringing little bastard. Check this out. Ha da binya shamami shamama. That is straight up just Lion King. That's Pride Rock right there. Oh. Yeah. That straight up happened. Let's see what kind of bug we can run. Oh, I took such copious videos of my displeasure with this game and all the horrible, hilarious things that happened. What do you think? Put money on it. What do you think is going to happen next? I bet you can't guess. Ready? Here it comes. Nope. If you guessed getting a random encounter with a Phanpy that just spawned 0.3 seconds ago and is 600 miles away from me, you guessed right. Where's my Mightyena? Where's my Mightyena? He's not here. I'm just fighting a treasure chest by myself. I'm literally angrily staring at it. Where is it? Raichu's trying to escape the game. He doesn't realize that he's actually heading towards the game and the void is on that side. Alright, let's play another game of what's going to happen next. If you guessed I was going to run into a cult of fucking penguins waiting outside the cave when they weren't there when I entered, you guessed right. Alright, play another game of what's going to happen next. Ready? If you guessed get into an encounter with the wall, you guessed right. Oh. You were never going to get that. You were never going to get that. All right, I'll let you guess on this one. All right. I'll just tell you my motivation. I want that Chansey. I want that Chansey so that I can get some bonus XP. They give a lot of XP. Guess what happens next? Go ahead. Guess. Oh, man, I think I'm going to have to head out. It's almost 4 for me. I was planning on drop clone question and clip and dip, but I had a wonderful time watching the stream. Good luck, and I hope to catch you another one. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate you coming out. Pokemon just jump scares you. God, I wish that's what happened, but no. The game just told me no. God, I hate this game. Why did I record this one? Oh, another bullshit. Oh. Hey, Hariyama. I didn't realize you were 6 feet larger than you were. Oh, I love Hatton Time. Hatton Time's amazing. We criminals can feel relief that we have not committed fucking around. You should have seen her ugly penis. The little girl had the ugliest penis. She said she was ashamed of her penis. I've never seen such a terrifying penis. But you better get your penis checked out by a doctor. I read online it could be a sign of bird flu. Oh, it's funny shit. The game asked me about like a part of the girl's body that I was ashamed of or something, and I just like put the word penis in just to see what would happen. Alright, so let me look at my... I think I'm just gonna do this. It's about 5 a.m. I should probably be heading to bed soon, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull open this. Bolson... No, not Bolson. Where was it? Slated for upgrades. He told me to meet... Here. Nope. 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 Huh. Oh, here we go. The Zoras domain square. Okay. Whoops. Alright, there we go. Oh, hey. I actually probably have 10 right now. And 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Bitchin'. Sweet. Hell yeah. Dude, I'll give you some. I'm sure I have more. Is Who Watches This your main channel? It is the main channel that I focus on. We stream 3 times a month. I stream a lot more on here now just because it's a lot more laid back and we don't have a schedule or anything like that. I just play whatever I want on here. But on Who Watches This, we usually have a schedule. We have a Discord. We have a very in-depth integrated bot with a marketplace system where you earn currency for free. It's very, very involved. We've been working for God, oh my God, we've been working on this channel for 10 years. I'm getting old. I'm 1 sub away from 200. Am I really? Oh, it says I'm 196, but hey, I might be. I used to actually have I used to have 210 subscribers, and that was from my video about how to soft mod your Wii. But that was in 2008. That was back when like I got 30,000 views from that. God, I would kill for 30,000 views now. Oh, it probably is 199. I have 1,000 on the other channel. I don't know if I have 30. Damn, I did have 30. Dude, I'll give me as many dimes as you got, bro. Luminous stones are easy. This is like stealing. Diamonds are hard. God, how many did I have? Oh, there we go. Now I hit the limit. Actually, let me see. Do I have a sensor? I gotta get rid of that. That's only for random streams. Oh, I don't have the sensor button. That's fine. Actually, right before my last 2 streams began, where I played Smite and We Happy Few, tonight what I did was I streamed with on my other channel for about 4 hours, and we finished up The World Ends With You. As part of our Hidden Gems series, we like to play games that are a little underappreciated.
I was thinking, this reminds me of the time we first met. You were just a reckless child, always getting yourself hurt at every turn. Every time I would heal you, just as I'm doing right now. I thought it was funny how, being a Hylian, you looked grown up so much faster than I did. I was always willing to heal your wounds, even back then. So if this Calamity Ganon does in fact return, what can we really do? We just don't seem to know much about what we'll be up against. But know this, that no matter how difficult this battle might get, if anyone ever tries to do you harm, then I will heal you.
Aw.
No matter when or how bad the wound, I hope you know that I will always protect you.
Oh, that's sweet.
Once this whole thing is over, maybe things can go back to how they used to be when we were young. You know. Perhaps we could spend some time together.
How do I feel about Legends ZA? I'm glad they're making another one. I actually never even played Arceus. I'm actually planning on maybe playing it soon. I actually own it. I haven't opened it yet. I have shock arrows, old man. It's supposed to be the first, at least, kind of quality Pokemon game in a while. Um, I was under. Most people are under the impression that Arceus is the first quality Pokemon game in a while. Listen, Sword and Shield barely made the cut as being acceptable. And they were like, hey, how much less can we give a shit and still make a profit? And they realized that pit goes pretty deep. I will give Gen 8 this. I feel like Gen 8 was better than Gen 7. Not because it was like the gameplay was better or anything like that, but just because like the region was a little bit more interesting, I think. I think that the characters weren't as annoying. I think the designs were better, except for the starters. Fuck those Gen 8 starters. Yeah, Arceus is a fun concept, but sadly still badly executed. Oh, I don't know. I didn't hear that. I like Sword and Shield. I think Sword and Shield is good. I don't think it's great. I think it's better than Sun and Moon. I'll give it that. What? I love Sun and Moon. Listen, Sun and Moon... How can I put this? My biggest problem with Sun and Moon is that the difficulty fell off a cliff. The only part of the entire game where I ever lost a single Pokemon was in the optional battle against Necrozma's fused form in Sun and Moon Ultra at the very end. It was an optional battle, and I nearly got a party wipe. And that was the only time I ever lost anyone. The rest of the game, I spammed A and just won. I've killed 2 of them already. 3 even. Fair enough, been quite a while since I played. That was a kid then. Yeah. I think there are some good things about Sun and Moon, but it's heavily outweighed by the obnoxiously easy difficulty curve. And the extremely annoying Hop. Hop pisses me off so much. I hate him. I hate him with everything in my being. Or whatever the hell that kid's name was. I think the starters in Gen 7 were better than Gen 8. But that's not saying a lot, because Gen 8 starters were some of the worst. But Gen 8 had some of the best overall designs in the entire generation. It's kind of bizarre if you think about it. Wait, how many do I have? I think... Oh no, I only have 9. Okay, that's good. I really liked Sword and Shield for the atmosphere. I hated that they canceled the national decks. Hated the crap out of that. Is there a fork Pokemon yet? I'm not up to date. Thing is, I'm not sure. There might be. I don't think so, but I could be wrong. Oh, that's so funny. I like Pokemon and Sword and Shield. The starters are cool, in my opinion. I mean, you're more than welcome to your opinion. I don't agree. I just don't. I'm sorry. The soccer player, the drummer. At least, I mean, the sniper was cool in theory, but he's just, himself is not cool. But the biggest, most egregious offender is definitely Gen 9. Gen 9 brought Pokemon to a whole new low. When my windmill is spinning at 15 frames a second, or 10 frames a second even, ugh, makes me want to vomit. And I'm not even, like, the kind of guy who gets really prissy and elitist about, like, frame rates or graphics or anything like that. But it takes me really out of the entire experience when my windmill's running at sub 10 frames a second. We needed some modded texture packs for Pokemon. The textures were fine. They were fine. It's not even the issue. It's the lighting system. It's the lack of national decks. It's the lack of giving a shit about optimization. We only expect the absolute bare minimum from Game Freak, and they can't even deliver that. We expect so little, and they still manage to surprise us with even less. Take a look at this, for example. This is one of my favorite examples of just great lighting. Just superb lighting. Oh, God. You remember that guy on the internet who said the graphics in Scarlet and Violet looked as good as Breath of the Wild? Isn't that some triple A looking lighting? Look how it makes the grass look. Oh, it's so realistic. Doesn't your grass break up into little squares when it gets light shown on it? $1 million franchise. Biggest franchise in the world. $2 billion franchise. And they can't get lighting correct. Something that we have been experimenting with for freaking 30 years. I'm not even asking for ray tracing. I just want something that looks good. I don't judge Pokemon games on lighting. I enjoy the games for what it is. And you know what? That's perfectly valid. That is perfectly valid. And what Scarlet and Violet are trash. Like, God, they could have been so good. But listen, I'm not expecting a lot. If it was just the lighting, I would have been fine with it. I would have let so much go. But the problem is they pushed you to the limit and they go, so you'll let everything go? Well, no, you can't cheap out on everything. You can cheap out on some things and we'll ignore it. Oh, so you don't mind if we cheap out on everything. I can see where this is going. I love the excuse, like, we're not doing national decks because it'll help us make more realistic animations. The animations are worse than they've been in 20 years. There's an N64 game running circles around around Scarlet and Violet. People still play Scarlet and Violet. Yeah, because it's the most recent game. In a franchise that's incredibly popular for kids and stuff. Like, it's not really something most gamers like anymore. Gamers played it, completed it, and got the hell over it quickly. Just so that they can keep up to date with the franchise. I'm guilty of it too. Now people do it for like shiny hunting because it's fun to watch. People don't shiny hunt for fun. They shiny hunt for profit. Gonna go watch some speedruns of Switch Pokemon games. It's probably pretty crazy how buggy these games are. Oh my god, yeah. 100%. They definitely have to be. There's got to be something there. You know, when I first started playing... God, how am I going to get out of here? I know what I'll do. They do VCG in Pokemon games. When I first started playing, I saw the shadow of a tree on the ground. And I said, is it just me or is that shadow moving? And it was going like this. Like every 15 seconds, it was moving about 5 pixels. And I said, if I keep watching this shadow, is it going to keep moving in that direction? Because the sun's not moving in that direction anymore. And the shadow wasn't circling the tree, it was just moving. And finally, I just decided I'm going to watch this thing for the next 45 minutes. And I watched as it slowly, the shadow just traveled across the entire continent. And I followed it. And it kept going until it just went off into the ocean, never to be seen again. The traveling shadow. Like, all I ask... No, Rip Shadow. All I ask is that the game not run sub 30 frames per second. And I feel like that is an extremely low benchmark already. But they can't even deliver on that. Because their optimization is so piss poor that they have to have school children with their legs kicking under their desks at 15 frames per second, even though that they're the only things on screen. When my legs look like this, that's a problem. I actually got stuck in that last little moon area, whatever the hell you call it, in the crater. There was a part where I accidentally got stuck inside a giant boulder. I clipped inside it. And for some ungodly reason, Game Freak decided to put collision on both sides of the geometry. So not only did you hit collision when you were touching the boulder, you'd hit collision when you were inside the boulder too. Most times in 3D rendering, you only put collision on one side because you should never be on the other side. And God forbid you accidentally clip out of the geometry, you want to come back in. So there should be no collision on the other side. So you should be able to walk out easily. Nope. I was stuck inside an orb of hatred. I was just forever doing loop-de-loos inside the rock. It was my own personal hell. Zelda has double collision too? Really? Oh, that's crazy. That's crazy. Is that true? In this game? Because I know in, like, other games it's not true. Because that's just adding so much to the processing that does not need to be processed. Yep, I know as a speedrunner. Oh my god. That adds so much extra, like, load onto the processor that does not need to be there. What a waste. Optimization. Never heard of it. Okay, I wasn't sure if that would work. Damn it. I don't have a hammer on me anymore. I probably better go get one. Oh well. It does make it more interesting for speedrunning, though. Yeah, I suppose it would. If you can't just clip out the geometry and skip half the game, I suppose that would make things more interesting. I'm a bit of an Ocarina of Time speedrunner. I'm not, like, competitive or anything like that, but, like, I'm better than your average person. Mostly because I've beaten the game 73 times. In fact, the game is so predictable and boring to me now that I run randomizers through it, and I actually crank up most of the settings to max. Like, I even randomize, like, entrances, so I have to memorize an entirely new, nonsensical map. I will always favor Ocarina of Time over any other Zelda game, in my opinion, and the new Zelda games are too difficult for me. That's fair. That's 100% fair. This game is definitely harder than most Zelda games. I will grant you that. But that's what a lot of Zelda fans really wanted for a long time. But there are other Zelda games that are just as easy as Ocarina of Time. I mean, Christ. You have Skyward Sword. I don't know. I don't think Twilight Princess is as easy as Ocarina. Majora's Mask is a little bit harder than Ocarina. Yeah, Skyward Sword is roughly as easy. Oh, I'll tell you an even easier one you should play. So, there is Phantom Hourglass, which is by and large the easiest 3D Zelda of all time. Like, crazy easy. Ridiculous amounts of easy. Like, the game is practically fed to you. And I want to play Elden Ring to get a harder Breath of the Wild. And this is the thing, is that Phantom Hourglass is not a bad game. It's just really, really easy. It's a fun game. Not like Spirit Tracks. Spirit Tracks is a horrible Zelda game. Spirit Tracks, they heard what makes Zelda special and interesting and what makes people want to play Zelda, and they decided to throw it all out the window. Sadly not out for Switch 2 yet. I hated Spirit Tracks so much, I don't even remember if it was easy. Alright, folks. Well, it's about 5:30. I'm going to have to drive my wife to and from the dealership in the morning, so I should be heading off to bed. I will probably see you guys later in the day. I stream all the time. If you guys want to see... if you want to be notified whenever I'm streaming, go ahead and click the little bell. Otherwise, you can join our Discord. Discord, youtube.com/whowatchestthis. I'll just copy the link for Discord there. I'm sure I've got one somewhere. Where's the About section? What? Are you kidding me? Oh, here we go. There's the links. Not TikTok. Here we go. More. Found it. Copy link. Bam. That is a lot more characters than I intended. What is that? Discord.gg. There we go. All right. I'll see you guys around. Thank you guys so much for coming out. Appreciate it. It was a blast. Have a good night.